This is an interview for a SECA aide position at the Southeast Kansas Mental Health Center in Fort Scott.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Macy Scott. I'm from Perry, Kansas. I worked and lived on a goat and hog operation where me and my dad ran about 500 head of goats and 30 to 40 sows. I am now pursuing an education here at Fort Scott Community College, studying psychology, where next year I will move on to study psychology through Pittsburgh State, hoping to reach a master's degree.
How do you feel that you're qualified for this position?
I feel I'm qualified for this position because I'm a compassionate, caring person. I absolutely adore kids. Kids are so much fun to work with, and I'm a very good listener. I have a super patient memo kind of thing about me. I'm pretty laid back, easygoing. I'm just super compassionate with kids, and I really enjoy working with them.
Do you think you work better as an individual or within a team?
Depends on what you're asking me to do. I love working with people, so working as a team is never really an issue for me, but sometimes I think that jobs need to be handled as an individual, and I have no problem doing that as well.
What do you foresee being your greatest obstacle in this position?
Learning all about the kids' stories and working with all the children that come from many backgrounds and understanding that they all come from places that are absolutely unfortunate, and all I can do is make their time with me a time to want to be there, but know that when they go home, it's a little harder.
What area of the position do you feel you would excel in?
Working one-on-one with a child or working with 3 to 4 children in a group, kind of on a more specific level, on a name-to-name basis, getting right there, listening to their stories, helping them with whatever needs to be helped with.
Please describe an example of a time that you had to be a leader in the workplace.
Oh, wow. When my dad's health went very bad, I had to step up and run 60 sows and 300 head of goats on my own. It was difficult. It was not knowing what to do and fighting through battles that I wasn't sure of and trying to get myself through the time of doing it all by myself was difficult, but I obviously overcame it. It was enjoyable, but it was definitely hard to really step up and handle all that as a 16-year-old person.
How do you overcome conflict in the workplace?
I think you need to work it out. You need to sit down with a person, explain what's going on, maybe explain what you don't like about the person, maybe explain that you don't like what they're doing, and listen to what you need to do to make them feel better about yourself, and ask more of like a common courtesy, let them know, well, this is how I feel, and allow them to give you the chance to let them know how they feel. And that's okay. You just have to work through it and be super calm about it and move on.
If you were to obtain this position, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully working as a psychologist, maybe as a therapist, but definitely back and forth between a social worker, a therapist, or a case manager in a small town setting.
Are you willing to travel or be flexible with your schedule?
I love traveling. I'm very willing to travel, obviously, as long as I have nothing holding me down as in terms of children or anything like that. Traveling is always an option.
Do you have any questions for me about the job?
I don't think at this time I have any questions. Thank you.